We have a we have a special guest here. There's three of us today. How is everybody?
Ooh. I can't
Awesome.
believe I'm going to see you tomorrow.
I know. Haley will be in Nashville for Taylor Swift. That'll be a great little vacation.
Yes. A
But
vacation that I will need a vacation from.
oh
Probably.
yeah. So, guys, if you are joining us new, this is Today in Travel. I am Jason Poole. I am a travel advisor with Cruise Planners. Love talking all things cruises, all things Europe, land resorts, hotel hacks. But today we are focusing exclusively on Royal Caribbean. We're going to bury the lead and introduce Michelle in just a second. Haley, say hello. Who are you if someone's joining us for the first time?
Hello, everybody. My name is Haley. I own and operate the hotel sales support company, Hospitality with a Flair. And I travel, blog, and go on adventures with this guy here to my, I think it shows his left for you guys.
Yeah.
But let's announce the guest. I'm super excited.
All right, guys, this is Michelle. She's with Royal Caribbean. Michelle, tell us about you. How long have you been with Royal Caribbean? What do you do? Say hello.
Hello, good morning. I'm so excited to be here today, Jason. I've been bothering you to get on your show for how long?
I know, I keep forgetting. I know. Blame me. My
I
fault.
feel so honored. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I am Michelle, and I have been with the company 35 years. Yes, I started when I was 2. Haley, don't look surprised.
Right.
I started when I was 2.
I was like, man, the skin's great.
I started when I was 2, and I remember back in the day, I moved from a little tiny town in Hell, Michigan, right, with no stoplights and no stop signs, and moved to Miami and started with the company, and they sent me on my first cruise. And I felt like Julie from the Love Boat back from the 1980s, man. I was so excited. It didn't matter that on that particular ship, I didn't even have a bathroom in my stateroom. I had to go down the hall. Imagine that, right? I didn't care. I was Julie from the Love Boat, man.
Wow. And which ship was this?
That was on the Britannis. So interesting enough, that was Chandra's Fantasy Cruises with the X. Now, where do you know the X from?
I do know where the X is
You know
from.
the X. So I was on the launch team for Celebrity. And then in the mid-90s, Celebrity and Royal Caribbean merged, and I went the Royal Caribbean way. And the Celebrity is still near and dear to my heart. You know, I say it all the time that Celebrity is same church, just a different pew you're sitting in. So
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, so I think they sent me on to Alaska, I think the next cruise. And I was like, really, seriously, I grew up in Michigan. Don't send me to Alaska. Send me to the Caribbean. And there I went, right? I went to Alaska, and I've been back probably 15 or 20 times, and I love it. So yeah, I'm based here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
And you and we've been working together for some years, couple of years.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, right. And but the nice thing about it is that we got to meet in person not too long ago. I came out to Nashville.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah. So Haley, I'm totally jealous that you're going to Nashville this weekend. I think that's going to be fun. That's a fun trip. But yeah,
I've taken Haley to the Southern where we went for dinner as well. I've taken her there.
I'm there on the recorder, so
it is yummy stuff there. So yeah, all things Royal right now. We've got lots of great and exciting things coming.
It's exciting.
Incredible. Thank God we're just back, and we've got all the ships back, and we're back to building bigger and a little bit smaller ships potentially along the future. We don't know. But right now, just bigger, and Utopia's coming, and of course, Icon of the Seas. And we've got some great things coming to Perfect Day. Life is good right now. There's a lot of people booking their vacation, their cruise vacations. They're tired of being home, and they're just ready to go out. Q's and Q just says, wow, from Hell, Michigan. Yes, I am from Hell, Michigan. A blind lake I know all about. It's a beautiful lake. Anyway, that's super cool.
No, I think what's happening.
I wanted to give a teaser.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Haley. Go ahead.
Play the teaser video.
Oh my
Let's
gosh,
go.
Yes. Let's play for it.
Yes, let's do it.
This is the Icon of Vacations. Icon of the Seas, arriving 2024.
Wow.
So how can you get jazzed up after that one?
I was dancing.
I know. I was like, I'm glad the video's not showing me dancing.
You know, one of the things I said to Jason, I'm going to flash a photo here while we all chat. It'll be on top of us for a second.
Okay.
It is so hard to fathom how this is going to actually like look in real life. Like it feels otherworldly.
It really does.
Exciting.
So if you guys have been living under a rock or don't follow the news, so this is Royal Caribbean's newest ship. It's a new class of ship, and it's going to be the biggest ship in the world. Help me here with the number, Michelle. It will hold how many passengers?
Well, over 7,000 at full capacity with 20 decks and over 40 restaurants, places to drink and eat and be merry. We've got 15 like places like venues like to dance or sing karaoke or whatnot. It's got it's amazing. It's got this amazing aqua dome. So the aqua theater that is at the aft end of the Oasis class vessels, we've now put at the forward up high, and it's going to have a 5-story drop waterfall. That's going to I know, right?
It really is. I will say Royal Caribbean has just never. I've always been like, okay, they can't top Oasis class, right? Like you can never do anything bigger. Like this is it. This is as good as it gets. And they just said, boom, Icon of the Seas.
I see some of these features and I'm like, how the hell are they doing? Like, fuck.
I think you're right with that. I think it's like, Oasis class, my beer, right?
Right, like, whatever. But so when I look at Icon, I kind of almost think of it as like a blending of 3 ideas, right? It takes what is great about Oasis class. You know, like I love that open ship design. You know, like we had the boardwalk, and now it's the Surfside neighborhood, right?
Right.
And then, with Wonder of the Seas, you guys introduced that beautiful sweet deck mentality.
Yes.
And then Coco Cay's been a hit. And I just love that Icon is basically like the sweet neighborhood plus Oasis class plus Coco Cay. Is that how you would characterize it?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, there's so many things to do. We've got a Category 6 water park on there. For the first time, they're going to have, the Royal Promenade, which is the area that you normally board the ship in. We're going to have views to the outside in the Royal Promenade in that area, which is kind of cool. Some of the balcony staterooms, from what I understand, the beds are going to be facing the ocean, which is so nice. For the first time ever, we'll have the infinity balconies, which I know you know from our sister product.
Yep.
The ice rink is even just a little bit bigger because this is a little bit bigger of a ship, right? It's called Absolute Zero. Did you hear what the Broadway musical is going to be?
Oh, yes, I did.
Wizard of Oz.
Yes, I did.
Start in your heels, Jason.
I know.
I know. Get those fancy red shoes out. Can you imagine? I think it's going to be great.
You know what? I need to bring out my Halloween costume when I win as the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, Jason, I thought you were wearing that right now.
Oh, gosh.
Well, on some of the other ships, people do come. Like in the Greece one, they wear their pink lady jackets. So you wouldn't be too out there if you came in your witch outfit.
Good.
One of the things I think I really enjoy about the Royal Caribbean group is, I kind of do the royal thing when I have my kid, and then I do the celebrity thing when, I'm an adult, is that they both are very revolutionary, I feel like, compared to the counterparts.
I agree.
Not talking the shade, but and then they feed off of that, like seeing the success of maybe those, those infinite verandas coming over and doing a little shift. Michelle, I just need you to make one thing happen for me. Can we get brunch?
I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down right now. Brunch. Bring brunch.
Bring.
Well, I would love to know if you guys are going to be a spectator or a participant on a certain thing that is coming to Icon of the Seas. It's
Okay.
called the
Ooh.
Crown's Edge. So this is at the top of the vessel. There will be one of the crown and anchor, the crown and anchor for Royal Caribbean on the side outside of the ship. And you're going to go up these stairs and you're going to lock into a cable. And then you're going to walk. Look at Jason. He's already sweating.
I might pass out live. I might just pass out.
You're going to walk outside the ship
I mean, that's something I would do.
154 feet below you is the ocean, and you're going to walk the plank, and then the plank is going to do its job. It's going to drop, and then you're going to zip line back into the ship. Look at Haley. Look at Haley.
I knew about the walking. I didn't know the plank. No, there's no way.
What does a plank do? It drops.
Now I need to join the sailing that you're doing because I want to go live and watch you walk this plane.
Yes.
I know it's not going to happen.
See a little chin there.
Oh my God. I will do all the water slides.
Come on, just a
Come
little.
on now. Come on.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You don't remember me?
Olivia would do that. She's like fearless too. She would rock out and do that. We did have one quick question before we pop back to that. I know that Michelle said this, but I'm going to flash some comments up here. So guys, feel free to ask questions during this. This is a little different style here today. She wanted to know what that capacity was again. She wasn't here.
So the capacity of the ship is over 7,000 based on full capacity. I think based on double, it's like in the 5,000 range. But
Okay.
I would say anywhere between 5,600 and 7,500, depending on what time of the year.
Because not every cabin's going to be at full capacity.
Right. Well, maybe in the summer,
In the summer.
when we have all the families coming on and whatnot. But it's really going to depend on the season, and it's going to depend on how many. And we've got some really 14 new This is job security for you guys.
You beat me to it. I was going to say
14 new. There's 28 categories.
But I love it that there is now a price point and a configuration for any budget or any family size.
Yeah.
You guys have more triple and quad occupancies than you've ever had before.
Yeah.
And I just think I am been absolutely amazed. I mean, there is a category for everybody.
Yeah.
We got another question, Jason. They want to know, is that passengers plus crew or inclusive?
No, that's just passengers.
Yeah. But the thing to keep in check and try, and it's hard if you've not, especially if you've not been on an Oasis class vessel, is that there are 8 neighborhoods on this ship. And I know that just sounds totally foreign to people who have never had the neighborhood concept. But the neighborhood concept really puts them throughout the entire ship.
It does.
And the ship is just bigger. I mean, you imagine the ship is pretty big.
Yeah.
So you never feel like there's that many on board. There's so many different activities going on. There's so many different shows, whether it's the air show or the ice show or the water show.
I could not agree more. I think Oasis class feels less crowded than even some of the smaller ships in the fleet, just because you guys do a great job of scheduling shows at the same time. Or there's so many restaurants and there's so much to do.
Yes.
People are spread out very nicely.
Yeah.
So one of the things I find really neat about Icon too is I really like how the pool situation has expanded. Because I think the only time I ever feel like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of people right now is maybe on that sea day pool day. But with the way the pools seem spread, that seems like a much different story.
7 pools. So you can just go pool hopping.
I love it. I can't. The pool that's aft with the looking over like that, an infinity pool. That looks. I don't know. That one looks amazing. That one looks absolutely amazing. And I love that, like in the promo videos, you guys talked about having like DJs at the pool to keep the vibe going at the pool. And that really helps like make you feel like you're on vacation, hearing the music, having the pina colada, the Mai Tai, and just not a care in the world.
Not a care in the world. And we're going to have Cloud 17, which is the adults only pool. The swim and tonic, which is
That's a cute. I like that. I like
That's very cool. The Hideaway one, which is the infinity first suspended pool at sea. So yeah, there's 7 of these though. So yeah, man, just pool hop all day, except for Surfside. You may not be down in Surfside, I don't think.
Well, I'm in a suite that overlooks the Surfside neighborhood, but it was a great price. I just could not. I could not get on Icon without being in a suite, and it was a good price. But I'm overlooking the Surfside neighborhood. Don't worry, I will be doing a hefty royal up bid to get to a grand suite. But even the Surfside neighborhood, they took what was great about the boardwalk on Oasis Class and said, hey, we know that parents here might want a bar. So they put a really cool looking bar in the Surfside neighborhood. Yeah. So
and places to eat.
Yeah, okay.
That's where my next question is going to go, Michelle. So I was going to ask what specialty dining looks like.
So we haven't announced the specialty dining. However, we have announced some things that have to do with the nightlife. Of course, we're going to have the Broadway musical, Wizard of Oz. We'll have the ice show at Absolute Zero. We're going to have a couple of new bars on board, too. Dueling pianos, which is always fun, right? No matter where you go, that's always fun. We're going to have a new one called Lou's Jazz and Blues, which will be the first
I cannot wait for that one. With the champagne bar right next to it, that's where I'll be. That's where I'll be. Where's Jason? Okay. He's at the champagne bar and at the Blues and Jazz Club. I'm at the champagne bar.
The one thing about the Aquadome area, it's going to be similar to, in the past we've had these transitional lounges, right? So like on the Quantum class, we have 270 that's a transitional lounge. It's one thing during the day, but entirely different at night. And of course, the Aquadome is going to be different at night as well. And they're going to have these pods that they don't look like martini glasses, but that's the way I'm going to describe them. But they're pods where you can get 6 or 7 people sitting up in them watching the shows and, throughout the day. We also have a new place called the Rye and Bean. So beer and coffee. So that'll be a transitional type lounge as well. And then the 1400 is going to be something new with on the Royal Promenade deck to where you can see outside. So there's a lot of new things that are coming on Icon.
So Michelle, we had a couple questions come in and they're both regarding suites. I'm going to flash both. So the first question is, what will the suite experience be like? And then Cruising Q asked, will there be a suite neighborhood? So can you talk about the suite experience on board Icon? Because this is very different.
Yes. So yes and yes. So there is a suite neighborhood that is totally fantastic. And to your point, Haley, with the chairs out on the deck for the pool, there's this suite area. They can go there and just participate in just the suite experience. Still, they'll have their own bar. They'll have those great little chairs that sit in the water that are great to sit in, but not graceful getting in and out of, right? No, not at all. And there's a whole area to where you can sit, not necessarily just out in the sun deck sun chairs, but there's tables and chairs and restaurants and stuff like that. And the suite experience, of course, will have our royal suite. I would imagine the genie's coming back there on this experience. So with all the different categories. And ironically enough, we have a brand new category, a suite category that has the 3-story townhome that ends up over there in Surfside deck. So can you imagine 3 stories and it ends on Surfside? It's a family type suite because it has a slide in it and all that. Well, sometimes adults want to go down that slide too, but
I go down it.
I know, right? I would too. You just won't do the Crown's Edge.
No.
Almost like sliding.
No, yeah. So also to comment on the suite neighborhood, there's also a lot of different categories in the suite neighborhoods now. So
Yeah.
there's the Surfside Suite, which is great for families
Yes.
because it has that like second little room inside the suite, overlooks the Surfside neighborhood. There's some bigger grand suites that have the infinite veranda, so you get even more room in the suite.
Right.
They have just introduced just a lot of new suites. So,
A
and of
lot.
course, the favorites. I assume Coastal Kitchen's coming back. There will be
Yeah.
some sweet restaurant,
Oh yeah,
know,
for sure.
And we got
some sweet restaurant.
And we got a couple more questions in here. So Janine was wondering if the casino is going to be bigger. Is it going to be non-smoking, or is it kind of going to be that split situation that is on some of the other royal ships?
I'm going to take a wild guess on this because they have not said anything about it really. But typically it's a split scenario where there's a certain area that's just going to be smoking with the extra ventilation, that's recycling the air, et cetera, et cetera. And what was the second part of that question?
What if it was going to be bigger?
Oh, will it be bigger? Well, of course, the ship's going to be bigger, right? Everything's going to be bigger.
Another question that came in from Wendy. I've never been on an inaugural sailing. I'm very excited to be on this one for Icon. Will there be any special sail away on this cruise?
So, if you're on the very first one, that is so exciting.
She is with me.
Oh, you're kidding. Okay, so that is so exciting. Typically, there's a lot of big fanfare that takes place. I know on some of the ships and some of the ports, they'll have the water boats out, either introducing you into their island for the very first time or when you leave, depending on what time of the day it is and what time it's all available. Have you been on that way when that's happened, Jason, with the big fire boats that come out with the water that's spraying out? And
Yes, I did. Yes, I've been on two inaugurals, I think. Yeah. So yes, I have.
Yeah. And typically what they do also for the first 2 or 3 months, they have special entertainment that, might not typically stay on for the entire time. They may stay on only for the beginning of the cruise and then hop off in one of the islands, and then another potentially entertainment, for the other venues. We're going to have live music. So I'm hoping that the Journey tribute band will be on there, or the Bon Jovi tribute band. They are so good, right?
Well, I mean, it's always
nice.
fun. I mean, even when I did like the inaugural sailing to Cuba on Empress, it was like, there was the special entertainment, heard Guantanamera a few times, but like Cuba Libres were all going around, and it's just such a fun experience. No, Misha, I'm going to flash a picture of this water park. Can you tell us about this water park?
Category 6, and you're going to scream like a little girl all the way down because this thing looks so much fun, right? This is the first time that we went really gangbusters on the water park portion of it. There are, the green one that you show that shows on the screen actually goes up and over the side of the ship, right? The longest one is the blue ones that are down there, and there are like ones that you can, I think it's the green and the pink one that you can actually race, or maybe it's the 2 blue ones, but there's racers, you name it. There's going to be something for everyone there. And then of course we've got the flow rider in the back and the putt-putt golf. Oh my goodness, we're going to have pickleball on board too, right? So you see the big...
Oh, everybody's obsessed with pickleball these days.
With this pickleball. We're actually getting some pickleball courts also in Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And we're doing the Hideaway Beach that's coming in, and that should be ready before Icon comes out, which is the adults only area, no children back there. We've got so many different things that are coming out, especially on Icon, and of course then with the Utopia that'll hopefully we'll be getting some more information about here at the end of June.
We have that came through Facebook. Sorry, Jason. Ann Rodriguez was asking, will Pinnacles have access to suite deck, or is that going to be strictly suites?
Strictly suites, typically. Typically, it's strictly suites, but I'm not really sure. It will that'll follow probably pretty soon. I know we've got some more big updates coming up on the Icon here over the next couple of weeks, And then hopefully by the 1st of June, more on the Utopia. But we got to get all this great stuff out first on the Icon. There's still so much more to come.
I'm excited. So let's talk itineraries. Where's the Icon leaving from? What are the itineraries doing during her first season?
Okay. So it's round trip out of Miami, and it's sailing the Eastern and the Western Caribbean itinerary, and both are going to a Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And of course, that's my favorite port of call. I love, if you haven't been there, and experienced the Cocoa Beach Club is amazing. They have the over the water cabanas. You can do the onshore cabanas. They have the infinity pool that's within there, and you can do just the day pass, or you can do one of the cabanas. It has the upgraded menu, so you can have the surf and turf for lunch if that's what you so choose. But Perfect Day it just got so many thrills and chills. So I'm so happy that this ship too will be going there.
Michelle, I don't know if Jason told you, but when Royal announced that they were going to be doing Coco Cay over, Jason and I were some of the biggest complainers. Because I love what it was. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna turn this into a circus. And now my buzz get me in that Oasis Lagoon pool. Give me.
I am man enough to eat my words, and I definitely have eaten my words.
I love it.
So a little plug, guys. I am taking a group on the inaugural sailing. So if you like what you're seeing, come on. I have a group on the inaugural. I mean, Michelle, I have 30 plus, almost 40 people on that sailing.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be so much fun.
It is going to be fun.
So
really.
And what a great time of the year to be going. I mean, you're going to get out and Dodge, right? It's in January, and you can get away from all of the bad weather and the dark weather that happens in January, right? Maybe the
Exactly. I hope she's still in here. I should have done this earlier. I also wanted to do a special shout out to Cruising Q. It is her birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday!
So Cruising Q is a big fan of Royal Caribbean, always Star Class. Can't get Star Class, she's not going. So big fan of Royal Caribbean.
Well, happy birthday, and maybe I need to send her that Icon of the Seas hat.
Oh, there you go. It's her birthday.
Yeah,
yes. Okay.
It's her birthday. All right. So I'm going to get it out to you, Jason, or you can get me her address and I'll stick it in the mail to her.
Awesome. Beautiful. And also, guys, Michelle and Royal Caribbean are so generous that if anybody books Icon of the Seas this week, through the end of the week, they're going to give you an extra $50 bonus commission. Listen, that's me. Bonus onboard credit. Hey, you know what? And they're also going to give me commission. I'm going to work on that. It was mind tricks. But $50 extra onboard credit for booking
swag from Michelle.
Yeah.
And some swag from Michelle.
Yes.
Special swag. So make sure you guys hit up Jason this week. Check out that group because you saw some really good rates on.
I have one balcony left.
Oh my God.
And it's like $3,000 and the website's like $6,000.
I was just gonna say, if you like, I know that it's got to be huge difference.
I have one left.
Wow.
And that's not me. I mean, that is I have one, and then I'm making a wait list.
Oh my gosh. One.
Wow.
Well, congratulations. I'm so excited for each and every one of you to visit the Icon of the Seas. I think it's going to be an out of this world experience. The technology is just phenomenal. It's going to be one of the most eco-friendly ships that we've ever built. The entertainment is going to be out of this world.
I'm excited for that.
And Absolutely. The food, right?
Hey, Jason,
and the drinks.
Calling Larry. Okay. Pam, calling Larry now. Okay.
So we've talked a lot about Icon. You have some news about Utopia.
Yeah, well, Utopia, we're actually doing 2 new ships next year. And we're coming back out of this whole COVID pause hard and heavy. We introduced the Odyssey and we introduced the Wonder of the Seas, and we've got the Icon coming in January, and then followed by the Utopia. And the Utopia is going to be the next Oasis class vessel.
So it's similar to Wonder.
Exactly.
So I feel like Icon, and then it's like,
yeah.
Utopia.
Forgot about Utopia.
Yeah, Utopia. And then after Utopia, we have 2 more Icon ships that are scheduled. So we are moving. Did you hear about our Royal Beach Resort? It's 17 acres. Yeah,
We
17
we have,
acres in Paradise Island,
we have,
Nassau.
we have talked about that. We've talked about that many times on the show, and how it is just. I'm really excited because Nassau is a port that unless you do some research, people don't really know what to do in Nassau.
Yeah.
So the beach club there in Paradise Island, I think, is going to be amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, we are super excited about it, and hopefully, again, more information will be rolling out about that. But I'm excited what Royal Caribbean's future looks like, and we are so appreciative of all of you, all of the support that not only the travel agents gives us, but your guests and putting us on. We know you have a choice in product, and not every product is for everyone. But this Royal Caribbean is a nice fit for, multi-generational travel, or
It is.
it's just a great fit for everyone. And we're so grateful for our loyal to Royal, cruisers and travel agents for sure, and for your support.
Awesome. Well, Michelle, thank you so much for joining us today. This was wonderful, guys. Icon comes out January 2024. I am so excited. I guess I have to go call Pam and Larry. Pam just texted me and says Larry said so she might get the last balcony. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We do this every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central Time. And guys, we're in our Facebook group, todayintravel.live. Until next week. Haley, goodbye. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us.
Have a great day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Icon of the